that was with the NASRA, and it
Hey guys, welcome into the Ghost Cup Series qualifying here from Daytona. We'll go ahead and give you a look at the track state and everything. So the track is 73 degrees, 50% humidity, partly cloudy, 8 miles per hour, not 8%. DJ, you're out there running on the track right now. How does it feel for you?
I'm actually not on the track right now.
Oh, you're not on the track. Oh, cool. Well, I know you ran a few laps. I didn't get a chance to yet, but how's it feel?
Slick. Car bottoms out a lot. Tires will get better as you go.
Heck yeah. Well, we're also joined in by Jackson Dixon. Jackson, if you want to say hi to the people.
Howdy, guys.
And we're also here with Michael Eden as well.
Hi, everyone.
So we're about a little over 5 minutes away from actually running some laps. We can go ahead and check out some other guys that are running on here. I can get this thing figured out. All right, here we go. So we're just looking at Cash and McQuaid here. We'll go through and make sure everything's working for me.
Yeah, I just accidentally clicked the wrong button on my Discord, so I'm going to watch the feed from the YouTube.
Okay. So you can see Chris Cash, returning driver. New number for him, though. Patrick McQuaid, also back. Same number, same paint scheme. Very iconic from Patrick. Just making sure everything is squared away here. Sorry about the dogs in the background, y'all. Let me know if there's anything wrong with the stream for you guys. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet here. It's all of our first time pretty much doing this, so.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I'm watching from the broadcast and I hear like a little it's a little slow from the broadcast.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. There's a little bit of a delay.
Right, that's what. Because I just heard you say quiet here, and then you know what you just said now. So.
Right. Yeah, it's all a learning experience, but it shouldn't be too bad, nonetheless.
I got you. So it's not like my bandwidth or anything.
No. Yeah, there's always gonna be a little delay. So. Can you go ahead and give me a... You can hear yourself on the stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what I'm gonna do, so I don't get distracted, I'm gonna X there and stay on the YouTube, okay?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And that way we'll obviously be able to tell, you know?
Right.
So is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So just taking a look at some of the fastest times in practice here at the Ghost Cup Series Daytona qualifying presented by DJ Auto. Christian Roos with a 46.3. Obviously they're running in a pack, but him and Hubka first and second. You got DJ Daniel, our other partner. He actually tied Hubka for second, 46.331. TJ Roberts sitting in fourth with a 46.609, and McQuaid with a 46.612 in fifth. Here in practice, just over a minute and a half remaining. It should be pretty exciting. I know DJ and I both have, well, DJ, I, and Jackson all have laps to run for our qualifying. DJ, are you still out on the track?
I ran a few laps.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
Cool.
It's daytime Daytona.
Yeah, that's true. So, what are you most looking out for, like, as a driver, on the track, being how hot it is?
Just pushing on exit in tandem through the middle of the corner, but once you get on the exit, you gotta live. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nerve-wracking for sure. Oh my goodness, as we almost had a wreck there on the broadcast. There's about 30 seconds left. Yeah, DJ, like I said, if you just let us know, me and Jackson, when it's time for us to go, because I know you'll be looking at the chat in iRacing, and you'll be listening, obviously. So, whenever Hupka just lets us know, then let me know. So, we'll get it rolling. So, like I said, as we're getting ready to end the practice session.
You mind streaming your screen on here? Discord?
Yeah, I think I am. Am I not? Oh, it must have went away.
That's where you left.
Oh, probably.
Alright, I think I'm gonna be the first car to go.
Oh, are you really?
Looks like it.
Yeah, so just let Hubcut let us know when we're going. As we're focused in on DJ Daniel here in the broadcast booth. We're just waiting on word from Hubco on qualifying order. So
Hubka said line up as your pit stall order.
okay, I would imagine that probably we're just gonna sit in the pit boxes and see, unless he's gonna have y'all pull out like that. I'm not sure what pit box I am, but during your run, if you want to mute your Discord, you can let him know to let you know when I'm going. So, all right, well, DJ's out on his first lap. I believe it's 2 laps, so he'll get a warm up and then an official lap. We'll see how it goes for DJ. We'll look at some driver information on everybody when it starts going. As you can see, their cars are loading in. DJ from Bassett, Virginia. Obviously on my team, Whitehead Racing, a Toyota team. Really excited to be able to pick him up in the off season. And we'll see how he does here. Go ahead and switch to another camera as well. DJ running that high line through 3 and 4, coming to his warm-up lap. He'll arc it down to the bottom to start lap number 1. DJ's been really strong at these plate tracks, starting first really in almost all the ones that I've seen him running. So we'll see what kind of lap time he lays down here. His warm-up lap, he's sticking pretty close to the bottom all the way around the turns. He's coming up a little bit on exit down the backstretch. Try to carry as much speed as he can down into turn number 3. Jackson, what are you seeing out of the 96 machine?
The good car. The good driver behind it.
I would agree. Yep, for sure. He's definitely been pretty solid at these plate tracks. Lap number 1 coming in, unless that's the only lap we're doing. So it looks like DJ ran a 49.334. That's probably going to be the lap to beat. DJ, is there anyone else coming out on track? Or is this your fast lap? I think DJ might be muted.
Yeah, DJ's muted.
Oh, I believe it is 2 laps, but the first lap for DJ it was going to be the fastest. So he feels like the second lap isn't really needed. So that's why he is running his second lap, and we'll see who comes out second.
Yeah, this pavement is getting older, so it's not like when in 2006 when they repaved this track. So really tires don't matter.
Right. Jackson, who do you see in that number 2 pit stall, if you don't mind? The one that was behind DJ.
I see the number 48 car.
Number 48 car, Austin Wheeler. Alrighty, Austin Wheeler is on track. Not a lot of information about him. He is driving a Chevrolet in the number 48 car.
Oh, I have raced with Mr. Wheeler before.
Yeah, Wheeler's been pretty good. As we're looking at the team roster, trying to find out which one he's on. He's on Hubka Motorsports with Chris Hubka.
Right.
So DJ Daniel with the mark at a 49.334. We'll see what Austin Wheeler's able to run here.
You have to wait, I say, until maybe 7 or 8 cars until you get into the cars that might have to go home if there is any.
No, I don't think there will be any, but it looks like Austin Wheeler has actually run the fastest time. 49.213 for Austin Wheeler.
Depending on practice, too, if they might go from fastest to slowest and how they rotate the practice charts.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
You know, Trey, Austin's a good driver, and he knows how to run very well.
Right.
Similar to DJ. But a very good time down. Very impressive.
Yeah, very fast. 49.213. Not sure if he's trying to go for faster on this second lap. Jackson, if you can let me know who's going to be up next. The number 52. All right, so Austin Wheeler did not run faster than his first time. So it looks like the 53 of Caleb Modzaleski is on track. I believe he's starting his warm-up lap. So Austin Wheeler setting the mark to beat here. Very fast 49.213. DJ, what were you feeling out there on the track?
It's different. I qualified the stock setup, and I guess it's just not the same.
Yep. Yeah, I could definitely see that Austin ran a little bit different than you did on the line wise, and it ended up paying off for him. So we'll see how Caleb fares here as he's getting ready to complete lap number 1. We'll show some of his information from Rockford, Michigan. Caleb in that really nice looking number 53 Ford completes his first lap. I wonder if that lap invalidated. I do not see it on the scoring pylon.
Yeah, I just got a notification. It was
Oh, there it
invalidated.
goes. 49.369 for Caleb Mazelewski. Good enough for third place. Really not that far off of DJ's time. Running that low line down on the backstretch.
Yeah, mine didn't register for that first lap either, so I don't know if iRacing is having an issue or...
Yeah, it could be some data issues. We'll see. But
Yeah.
Caleb coming out of turn number 4 to complete his second lap. We'll see if it's any faster than that 3.69 he ran.
It always should be.
He
faster.
did. He actually ran a 49.283, good enough for second place.
Wow, that is a pretty impressive lap.
Jackson, I believe Jackson Dixon is now on track. Our broadcaster alongside of us in that 95 Chevy for DJ Daniels Racing. Jackson on his warm-up lap. Actually, this is his first lap down to the bottom of the track in 1 and 2. We'll see if he does the arch off of 2 like everybody else does. No, he actually stayed down towards the bottom line. So DJ, you know, carrying the momentum can be a lot different on this track. What really hurts your time the most? Is it your momentum carrying it off of the corner, or how you enter the corner?
Definitely exiting the corner. You want to unwind that wheel as quick as you can to keep the stress off the gears.
Right. So as Jackson is coming to complete his first lap, we'll see where he places. Jackson has not popped up yet.
That might be a scoring issue.
Yes, I do believe so.
I got him 4th at a 374.
Yes, there it is. 374 for Jackson. I wonder if that was his second lap, because I do see Johnny Williams is now out on track. I believe Jackson was supposed to take 2 laps there. I think he only took 1.
Yeah, he might be starting from the back because of that.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Jackson with a 374, not too far off DJ's time in third, but we'll see how everybody else plays out. Johnny Williams from Purvis, Mississippi, and that Bucky's machine.
That's a pretty cool scheme.
It is pretty nice. Johnny will complete his first lap. Just waiting for it to show up. Still not seeing a time yet. I believe it should pop up any second now. Still not seeing a time. DJ, did you get a time on your end? I'm almost wondering if it was invalidated on that first one.
Did he touch the wall?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. If like they touch the wall, can they get like an incident point and then if time get disallowed?
I believe so, yeah. So this is actually going to be his only lap he gets. As Johnny Williams crosses the line, he's going to get a...
It could be a 72.
584.
Wow.
There it is, just showed up 584. A couple of tenths off the pace. Shouldn't be an issue. We do have duels for the guys that don't get the front row, so you can always advance your position in the big race by racing your way up there. So
Yeah. And this is always what they call, or I like to call, a push and pull track. I mean, you could be leading at 1 minute and then wrecking in the back, or, you know, wrecking, or in the back at 1 minute and then the leaders wreck, and then the people in the back become the leaders.
exactly, that's
So
plate racing at its finest right there.
it's like a big pendulum. They, you know, and also we should mention they call it a self-cleaning track. So if you're up way high on the racetrack, you know, any car that's in high that's stuck in another car can get collected with other cars.
Right.
So that will account into the big one.
Yep. And as we were discussing there, Johnny Williams actually ran his second lap, a 2.76, good enough for second place. I don't want to say unexpected, DJ, but Johnny usually isn't that blown away at qualifying, but second right now on the board.
I'm curious to see if the track's getting faster.
Yeah, we could see that as a trend. We'll see that here if Hupka's a little bit faster because he's on his first lap from Laredo, Texas.
Maybe it's something to do with the setup?
It could be.
The track's getting hotter. It was 114, now it's 115.
That could be part of it. Yeah, so I see Hupka. I believe Hupka just went to the pole. I'm not seeing his time up on the board yet, but I see Hupka at 2:13.
A tie!
A tie with Austin Wheeler for first.
Hi.
The gimme is to Chris Hupka, I believe, due to I rating. I could double check that. Hupka's sitting at a... I can't even see... Yeah, I don't know. I can't see Hupka's I rating for some reason. 1586. No, Austin Wheeler actually has the better I rating. But
when they tie, it goes to the next number.
I'm not too good on ties, but Hupka finishing his second lap. I don't believe anything has changed. The 2:13 is his fastest. Christopher Cash now on track though, starting his first lap from Kingsport, Tennessee.
I've raced with Mr. Cash several times. He's a really good racer.
Oh yeah, Cash is a great racer, great guy.
Very funny too.
Yes, absolutely. Very.
It's like, Mr. Cash, come on, we're trying to race here.
Right. Chris Cash keeping it tight down on the yellow line down the backstretch.
Trying to build up that speed until turn 3.
Yeah, just trying to shorten the track out as best he can. Sometimes that fares good, sometimes it fares bad. We'll see how it fares for his first time.
Talking about the second lap, I definitely gotta say it's nerve-wracking in that car. I didn't even realize I had 2 laps there.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it, so we'll have to see how it goes. DJ, like I said, if you'll just let me know whenever it's supposed to be my turn, and I'll mute my mic while you guys talk about me in the car. So, actually, you know what? You guys are going to be going on for a ride anyway, so I'll leave it unlocked. I forgot you guys are looking for my POV, so give the audience a taste of our medicine. So,
typically Daytona's not a very big qualifying track. I mean, very rarely do you see somebody that started up front win the race.
Right.
It's such a wild card.
Yep, absolutely. And while we were discussing, Chris Cash ran a 2.78, good enough for second place. Cash has disappeared on my screen, so we'll see. We'll see if he shows back up. The 2.78 I see is still his fastest lap, and Brandon Zimmerman now out on track from Gloucester. He wants you to visit roastedgems.com, all over his race car and all over.
I've been there. It's a pretty good website.
Yeah, I've never been over there.
Yeah, he's another fellow I've raced with. I say that was a pretty tight line from any of the most cars we've seen so far.
Right. Yeah, Brandon running really close and really steady on that bottom line through turns 1 and 2. Running the middle of the backstretch here on the back, and we'll see what he does here in 3 and 4.
Trying to build up that speed into turn 4 on the warm-up lap.
Yep. You can see he's running about a half lane off the bottom. It looked like he got a little bit loose there out of 4. We'll see where his time is at. He's going to be on the pole. I don't see his time. It did bump Hupka down.
188.
Wow, a 188 for Brandon Zimmerman in the 65 Ford. We'll see if he can run any faster on the second lap, but that's pretty fast.
I have
gonna
my
be hard
doubts.
to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to beat, but I mean, who better, to beat than yourself? So we'll see what he can do on the second lap.
We're only 10 cars in, but I would hate to make a predicament this early and say he's the #1 guy on the pole.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see that. 188 is 300ths faster than the guy who qualified second in Christopher Hoka and Austin Wheeler. Can't forget that they tied. Don't believe he ran a faster lap. Nope, looks like the 188 is going to stand for Brandon Zimmerman. And Patrick McQuaid is out there starting his first lap.
I believe, if I remember right, if it's later in the season, if there's a qualifying tie, it goes whoever's higher in that current points, right?
It probably would work out that way. There's a lot of new rules this season with season number 4, so a bunch of stuff that we haven't gone over yet, and we probably won't ever go over until it gets to that point, so we'll have to look at it. But McQuaid running pretty tight down on the bottom on the backstretch on his first lap. We'll see if he can beat that 188 set by Brandon Zimmerman.
I don't think I've ever met a I mean, he used to not run well, he used to run mid-pack, and now this guy is in contention every week.
Oh yeah, he was in contention for wins every year last year, and I can't remember all the wins off the top of my head, but I know he won the Las Vegas race last season as he goes number 2 on the boards. Can't see his time, it hasn't popped up.
He tied. Oh my.
He tied for a 188 or a 213?
188.
Wow, that's 2 ties here, guys. Patrick McQuaid ran a 49.188.
Don't
That's
sleep on him
unheard
here.
Yeah, I mean, second lap has been usually pretty good for McQuaid in all of his qualifying efforts last year, so we'll see if he can top that here. Coming through 3 and 4. The line coming off the corner. He keeps it real close to the yellow line. That might scrub off some speed. McQuaid across the line.
137.
137 for McQuaid. He goes P1, new qualifying leader. Wow, what a lap. I hate to say it, Michael, but your prediction is already gone.
I spoke too soon. The glasses broke.
TJ Roberts in that. Oh my gosh, this scheme is hot. The number 11 Camry for TJ from Kaufman, Texas. He's running that high line on his first lap, so he's aiming for a really fast second lap. We'll see how that goes for him. He's from Get You Some Motorsports.
You want to be careful with the running of the top lap on the pace lap too, not the pace lap, your warm-up lap.
Right.
Because depending on how you have your tape set up, you could easily overheat your engine.
Yeah, it could be pretty bad. I don't know what the tape is set at for this setup, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it's actually not terrible. But again, you still want to be careful because you would end up getting into the wall with any small mistake. So.
Yes. I'm just speaking from experience. So.
Right. Yeah. So I've definitely hit the wall here a few times qualifying. So I want to say that TJ did as well because I'm not seeing his time pop up on that first lap. So
did he get another X?
He probably got a small incident point from getting into the wall a little bit, but we'll see where he goes on his second lap.
I got his first lap scored as a 690.
Oh, okay, there it is right now, 690. Obviously, he's going to be in last position. He ran the top line all the way around the racetrack, but TJ bringing it to the checkered flag. Yeah, he had a pretty good line. Let's see where he ends up going.
P2?
P2 for TJ Roberts. I can't see his time. It scrolled just on by. But Ricky Gonzalez is out on track now in the 88 Ford. The LGC-Y Power. Legacy, I believe, is how it's pronounced. TJ Roberts with a 168 there. So unfortunately, Michael, your prediction of Zimmerman being the top guy, he's now out of the top 2, and we'll have to improve his position in the duels.
He's not going to like to hear from me after this.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay out of major if he wants to stay starting 3rd for the big race. So it looks like Ricky, I can't see where he went. I have to let it scroll by a little bit. Ricky went P5, can't see his time.
So I'm sure these drivers watch these broadcasts later, so I apologize.
Yeah, it is pretty wild, but we'll see if Ricky can improve his position even more.
That's also a beautiful paint scheme.
Oh, it is. Oh, we had another tie, by the way. It's a three-way tie for P4. They've all run 2-1-3s. Hubka, Ricky Gonzalez, and Austin Wheeler. If Ricky doesn't improve his time here, we're going to have a three-way tie for some position.
Looks like he's going to go P4.
So Ricky ran a 1.90, good enough for P4. Starting to get real tight on the times. As Mike Sabanovsky's now out on track. I think he was a little bit slow to get going from Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah, it looked like he just did a Michael Waltrip on the apron for some reason.
Right.
It looks like Matt Medler wants in here.
Oh, Matt Metler's wanting up in the booth, huh?
Yep.
Go ahead and bring him up.
I can't move.
Let me go ahead and I'll bring Matt Metler up. Oh yeah, I'm not able to move people. If you could let Hubka know if he can move him up to the broadcast booth. As Sabanovsky is out here running his laps.
There we go. I just lost on my windows, but I'm.
Sweet.
How do I sound?
You sound good.
Okay.
So Sabanovsky on his first lap
Oh, he's in.
almost got up into
Looks
the
like
wall.
he got
Looked
a little
like.
loose out of
Yeah,
four.
he definitely got loose running that middle to high line. It's gonna scrub off some speed. We'll see where he places.
That lap's gonna be weird because of that exit out of 4.
Right. Yeah, you can't have bad exits here at Daytona. It costs you everything. Very nice paint scheme from Sabanovsky, though. I can appreciate the chrome numbers for sure.
Old school.
Very simplistic, but very nice.
This guy's worked pretty hard too.
Yeah, he's a nose to the grindstone kind of guy.
I think everybody in this league just push each other to be better every week.
Absolutely, yeah. I would say the competition nowadays is better than what it was, for sure. So, Sabanovsky with an 8.24 on his first lap. We'll see if he improves.
Major improvement.
I'm seeing an improvement up to P10, I believe, is what I saw. It could be P10.
Yeah, but I mean, he had that bad exit out of 4. That's going to cost him.
Right. So Chris Wheeler out on track now from Burlington, North Carolina. And a very bright green and blue W car. The second one we've seen. DJ, obviously you're running one.
Pretty in the middle. Oh, go on.
It's like Matt Metler's in here. You got a copy, Metler?
Gentlemen, what's going on?
Hey, Medler, how's it going?
Well, it's going good now that we got the internet connection restored and we got the paint working correctly.
Oh, nice. Are you able to hop into the session?
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, we're just hanging out up here. It's not a super professional broadcast. We're just talking away. So Chris Wheeler, not to be confused with Austin. I actually can't see where he placed. DJ, are you able to see?
Currently, right now on the board, he is currently scored in that 13th place position, clocking in at a 49.79.
Awesome. Thank you,
The
Metler.
apron there.
Yeah, you did clip the apron.
That might be a incident point.
I don't know if it's an incident point, but it's an incident towards his time. He's not going to have a very good one after that.
That's definitely going to cost him momentum. We'll see what happens though. Looks good through 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4
Yes.
holding a steady line.
You have to hold such a pretty wheel here.
Oh yes, you have to be as straight as possible, even in the turns, if that makes sense. You really have to have a good grip, and to have the car point as straight as possible.
Exactly.
You know, winning the pole here, it's almost like lucking out and winning the Powerball, especially when the competitions get, is this good. Everything, all the variables have to come into play. The wind, how you hold the pretty wheel, just those little minute things, you pick up the tailwind at the right spot. That's all going to equate to thousandths of a second out there on the racetrack, and that's going to get you the pole.
Exactly.
71 had a great run there, currently just inside the top 15 in that 13th place position.
Yeah, he ran a decent lap, but that little wiggle cost him. It could have been a tenth or two, and he would have been up inside the top 10. Instead, he's a tenth off of that, and he's stuck in 13th. And we'll see how far back he's going to end up falling as Chris Papa's coming out of turn number 4 to complete his first lap.
Tell you what, there is a blast from the past. Chris Papa, fellow Buffalonian himself, him and I used to work at a place called FindItQuick.com together back in the day. Also the founder of Dirt Track Digest for all you dirt track fans out there. I believe he's a newcomer to the league this year.
Yeah, he raced with us a few years ago. Being able to get him back is really big. Chris was very competitive. And, when you have competitive people around you, it forces you to get better as a driver. And he's one of those guys that forces you to get better. As you can see, he placed, I believe, P7 on his first lap with a 49.234. And we'll see how his second lap goes.
I couldn't have said that better myself, Trey. I agree with you 100%. Certainly someone you want to have out there in the field. And don't count him out at these plate tracks. He likes to sneak up and get you at the end, kind of like Harvick used to be.
Oh, yeah. Harvick was a menace, and Chris Papa is nothing less than a menace on the racetrack. Very good guy off of the racetrack, but he'll get into you and stuff on the racetrack, so.
Looks like we got Christian Roos on the racetrack now.
Yes, we will go check out Christian Roos. The Sioux City.
Never gets old.
Yes. A very big throwback for him.
I've had some run-ins with Mr. Papa in the past, but we all seem to work it out and become good friends.
Yeah, that's very good. Papa he's a very good guy to work things out with. Like I said, he's a good guy and doesn't hold a lot of grudges. But if you keep running into him, he'll hold a little bit of a grudge against you.
I would always be like, "What's going on?" And then he just tried to make me be better for myself and. Yeah, so he's a really good person.
Don't forget, this is our defending champion either. This guy's gonna get out at the end.
Yep.
Bingo, and he just put up a beautiful opening lap of 49.25, 8th place.
I think that's the fastest first lap we've seen so far.
Yeah, it possibly could be. Christian Roos holding a really good line in 1 and 2. This one could be even faster.
Almost like he's got a slot car out there from back in the day. That car is not moving to the right or left at all.
Yeah, he's got one of those power-ups where it's on rails and it will not move off of the preferred line.
Oh, got a little loose there.
Yeah, it did bobble off at the bottom.
Still got a good exit though. Do the trial, we'll see what it is.
Comes past the Geico restart zone at the line. Last year's defending champion Christian Roos comes in P2.
Wow.
Just shy of the pole. What a way to start things off for the defending champ. Christian Roos currently in that second position right now.
Yeah, Medler, we were just talking about it. On rails, Christian Roos, second lap faster. And 165, that's going to be really tough to beat to try to start on the pole, or on the front row, I should say.
He looks so calm, cool, and collective out there, too, at the same time. He just makes it look so easy, but then you try to replicate what he does, and it's anything but.
Exactly, yeah, that's that veteran mentality Christian Roos has. He's been with this league for a long time, and he'll exert that veteran mentality, obviously, through display right there on getting that second place time.
He was the guy everybody kind of counted out and never really talked about when it came to the playoffs. And man, he just snuck his way on through. All the cards fell right at Homestead.
Yep, for sure. Josh Brownlee, a rookie in this league this season. Oh, it sounds like Roos actually just blew his engine trying to go on pit road, but Brownlee comes across the line, completing his first lap.
You know, that's what champions do. You might not be the best all the time, but you show up.
Yep, definitely got to show up at the end, and that's what he did. So, Metler, how are you feeling getting ready to go out on the track here pretty soon?
Well, do I want to give you the booth answer or the honest answer? I'm going to go with the honest answer. I'm not expecting great things here tonight. I had an issue getting the paint on the car. I got about 3 minutes of track time earlier before my net kicked out. We'll just see how it trends out there on the racetrack. Maybe I get lucky. But, Daytona is all about being in the big show. If you can make the event, everyone has a chance to win. And that's the beauty of these restrictor plate races.
Exactly. Yep. I'm not looking forward to it myself. Qualifying, if you don't qualify first or second, you're just gonna have to race your way up to the front. And if you want to start better.
Josh Brownlee goes P9.
Wow, the rookie goes P9. You got Cliff Corvo and a new number, Chris Cola, the sponsor on his car. Very nice. Nice play on words.
How about Josh Brownlee? He's looking like Guy Smiley inside that race car. I believe he's a rookie. Comes in inside the top 10 in that 9th place position.
Yeah.
Solid qualifying effort.
Hopefully that'll last for him. That 241's real solid, but we've seen guys get faster over the qualifying run, and we'll see how Cliff fares. The Southbridge, Massachusetts prospect. Been pretty good in this league. He's raced here for a couple seasons, and this is his 3rd one as he gets a little loose there coming out of 4.
Oh.
That thing got wicked loose out of 4.
Luckily, that's his first lap, but it could have killed his momentum for the beginning of the second one.
Somebody just threw a banana peel at that guy.
Yeah.
It killed his race suit.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding pretty good down there on 1 and 2 on the bottom. I wonder if that top is starting to lose a little bit of grip, DJ. As you said, the track is getting a little hotter. Could be getting slick up top.
It still seems to be getting faster, though.
Well, you know what they say, loose is speed, but you have to learn how to control the loose to have the speed, so.
Or you know what, Days of Thunder said it best, loose is fast and on the verge of out of control.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, and it looked like that's where Cliff was. A little bit over the verge of out of control, but he'll come across the line, and we'll see where he ends up landing.
Oh, what a major improvement.
Is that P7 or P8?
Oh. Looks like P7.
P7 for Corvo.
7 for 7, baby.
Yes. Now, Brock Whitehead, obviously no bias here for Brock. No bias at all. He doesn't drive for me or anything, and he's not my brother, but as you can see his quote there, if you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby couldn't have said it any better. That's kind of how you have to feel, though, going into these duels. If you don't qualify on the front row, you might as well just scratch your starting position, because you've got to survive the duel to have a good starting spot just for the big race.
It looks like you ran a 49.131 in practice. I'm curious to see if that was by himself.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I did see that as well, but I assumed it was with a pack, so we'll see how he goes here on this first lap.
Beautiful exit out of 4.
Yeah, I think he might have got a little loose, but it still looks pretty good.
What a lap.
You could hear that car turn a lot of RPM at the start-finish line. You knew that was going to be a quick one.
Brock goes P2 on his first lap.
Wow. Now, Brock's always been notoriously really good at qualifying here at Daytona, so hopefully from my standpoint as a team owner, that'll stick so he doesn't have to worry about the duel, but you never know. As this run's been going on, we've had the top spot traded a lot, so.
Don't sleep on him either. He's still got a good one going here.
Right.
Well, if you fall asleep on him, he'll come up and ring your doorbell. That's the other thing.
Absolutely. Brock does not care on the racetrack. He will rough you up if he needs to. So if you think that you're comfortable with him behind you, think again.
I just love the fact that I'm on Whitehead Racing this year.
You couldn't have had it anybody better besides you two guys. So.
No improvement on the second lap, but
Still
a great lap.
Yeah, that 160 is going to stand for quite a while, I believe. Cody Tarrant now back out on track.
Now keep in mind, 3rd and 4th is going to be on the pole for either door.
Now,
that's a great.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's a great point, DJ. And Brock, you brought it up a little bit too. It's not you go out here, win the pole, and your life is great. No, you still got to strap back in this machine. You got to go to war and run and survive these duels if you want to start on the pole. So you brought up a great point. You know, if you're not starting up here near the front of this this Daytona 500, you know, it's not worth risking the car. If you know, if you're going to start near the back, everyone's got a shot. But that was a great point you guys brought up. As Brock Whitehead now pulls it down pit lane, solid run there for him. P2 clocking in at a 49.28.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't be more happy as a team owner to see that up on the board, and hopefully that'll last for the rest of this qualifying. Cody Tarrant comes across the line. I'm still not able to. I don't know why I'm getting delayed times on my scoring, but you guys have been pretty good at picking that up. So Cody Tarrant, that's actually a new number for him. I believe he ran the 25 last season, in the 74 this year. I really do like the paint scheme as well.
Looks like he ran a 3.21 on his first lap. That's good for 16.
Holding a really good wheel through 3 and 4 there. Oh, a little bit loose there on exit. We'll see where he comes across on his second lap.
Actually, he's actually going to go to P7.
Wow, P7 for Cody Tarrant.
That's
Big
impressive,
pickup there.
especially since he got loose there.
It's like I'm going to have some battle.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the track has gotten faster, so your strategy of trying to start first in qualifying might not have worked out as good as you thought. Definitely seems like
Just
these guys...
imagine what this... Just saying there, imagine what that lap would have been if he didn't get loose right there on the racetrack.
Yeah, he definitely had a little bit of a squirrely exit there on 4, and I mean, to still be able to do that and hit P7, I mean, you don't see that every day, so...
No, you certainly don't. And that track temp, it's blistering out there. 119 degrees.
Wow.
Don't let that ambient 74-degree track temperature fool you, because that track is red hot.
I cannot wait. This is very sarcastic. Cannot wait to get out there on track. Cogswell completing his first lap. I'm not able to see where he ran yet.
I know I do.
Cogswell holding it pretty tight down there on the bottom, down the back stretch.
Alright, Trey, looks like they're on pit road.
Do what?
Looks like they want you to line up on pit road.
Alright, 10-4.
Get down to the wire.
Just let me know when I need to go out on track, because...
Cogswell, first lap, 49.25, good for 13th position. He's got that Ford Mustang really wound up. He is just cranking on the bottom right now, coming off. So you got it held right on that double yellow line. You go below that, that's out of bounds during the race, but he's got it right in premium real estate, right where you want to run this next-gen car around this 2.5-mile super speedway right here in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Cogswell he's always been consistent. He seems to run good everywhere. Top 10, top 5. He's always there in the mix.
Hey, I mean this with all due respect, but I mean, that guy got so close to winning some races last year. I mean, I don't know how many third place finishes he had, but it had to have been a record. It seems like that man was Mr. Top 2, Top 3 every week for a couple months before he was able to punch through and get that first dub of the season last year.
So we got Charles Whitehead on the track now. He's going to go P8 on his first lap. Pretty solid lap, a 2:06. may get faster here. The second lap looks better.
I'm not even sure when I'm supposed to go. So DJ, if you can let me know whenever I need to go. I can
Charles
definitely-
is going so fast, I lost him on camera.
Petey Gonzalez.
Charles Whitehead puts down a 181.
Wow.
That man is lit right now.
I know he's gonna be excited about that one.
Charles is just such a great personality to have around.
Yeah, he's a head case sometimes, but it's pretty cool to have my dad racing on my team. And well, really, he'll say it's his team because he does everything apparently. But good to see him have that good of a time.
If he can't have a good time or a laugh, what the heck's the point in life?
Don't tell him what his lap time is till he comes to a stop. He might blow the braking zone.
He'll say, that wasn't fast enough. Let me do that again.
Yep. Yeah. So who's on their lap right now? Is it Wesley Jeanette? I know Ryan Gomes is. Okay, cool. Let me know.
Looks like you're gonna go when he comes around the second time.
So not this time, the next time.
What lap is he?
This is his first time lap, I believe.
All right, guys, I'm going down to pit road. I'll be in the car. Just let me know when it's my turn to go out there if you could.
The way you guys qualify here reminds me of rapid qualifying back in the day.
Yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking for sure. Sitting here in the car, I'm just waiting for Wesley to come around the track and then I'll pull out.
Looks like we have another car on the track.
And Mr. Zimmerman's not going to be happy with me as in sixth right now. I called him way too early.
All right, I'm headed out there on my lap. We'll see how it goes.
Wesley Jeanette actually puts down a pretty decent lap. 216.
Yeah, just outside the top 10. Currently showing in that 12th place position. Great run.
The car's definitely a little bit loose down here on the apron. I'm going to take you guys on a ride here.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
So we're going to run the top here just to try to build some momentum. I think we're going to run the top here on the first lap.
Everyone has their different strategies of how they qualify. There's really no right or wrong here. Want to be careful coming off to that wall. You might get tight there.
Yeah, it definitely does feel a little bit tight. We'll see how it feels coming out of 4. I know some guys have gotten loose over here. Yeah, I can definitely feel where people would get loose there. So we'll see how this lap goes.
I just saw you kind of a little loose there.
First lap's going to be a 6.52. Just look at how pretty he's holding that wheel. That's what you got to do here. Rocking it back and forth, you're going to lose, half a tenth.
I'm not the best qualifier here at Daytona, but we'll see.
Not how you start, it's how you finish, my friend.
There's some bumps there in 3 and 4 that definitely upset the car a little bit.
Oh yes, it's like a big divot. Wow, big pickup.
236 P15.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough, but
Yeah, the wind definitely picked up when you were out there on the racetrack, and I think that was one of the factors that kind of kept your lap time down just a little bit there.
yeah. Well, we'll coast it back to the pits, and we'll see how the rest of it shakes out. But it's exactly like you said, Matt. It's not how you start. Like, it's how you finish. You got to finish good in the duels. You got to finish good in the race. So.
As now we have Zachary Woods on the racetrack, it looks like his first lap got invalidated.
Must have came in contact with something other than the racing surface. That's the only way you're going to negate a lap here. Certainly not the end result he was looking for.
See what happens if he cruises into the tri-oval.
I mean, who knows? I could take down the turn 3 fence.
So now we have Mr.
5, 3, 2, right here.
Back in the pit box, guys.
What a beautiful paint scheme for Matt Medley. I wonder who painted that.
So where did Zach Woods end up getting?
P23, I believe.
So he's on his second lap from Winfield, Pennsylvania. Let's see what he gets on his second lap. P22, a 3:08, just ahead of our boy DJ Daniel. Metler out on the track, as we were just talking about. Oh my gosh. Look at that paint scheme. Oh my gosh, he was going so fast he blinked out for me.
I would never. I would never.
Focus, Metler.
We're making him laugh.
I would never think there'd be net code on broadcast. Let's not go there. This is PG rated.
Yeah.
I love that color though. That is my most favorite color in the world. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, Matt with a superior paint scheme, and I'm certainly unbiased once again. Metler, I see you're trying the same strategy I did, running the top in the first lap.
Yeah, the bottom seemed like a real swamp donkey down there, so I didn't want to try to run down there, especially on cold tires.
Right.
That's a interesting analysis.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Oh, who's in here now?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Oh,
who
it's
do we got
Charles.
now?
What's up?
Well, Dad, you ran a pretty good time. You're still sitting fifth.
I saw that.
Matt Metler now cruises to the bottom.
Yeah, Metler trying to get up there with you. We'll see how it goes. Metler holding a pretty good wheel through 3 and 4.
As here comes Big Johnson out of turn 4 into the tri-oval. We'll see what happens here.
The 26th car to qualify here.
49.296.
296. Where's that place him?
That's P22.
Man, this track is getting tough now.
Double deuces, baby.
TJ Hanley now out on the track for Sizemore Motorsports. Oh, I'm sorry, it is rebranded to Ronnie Sizemore Racing.
Charles, you're echoing.
Oh shit. Oh.
It's a
One
good.
month ban.
Oh, TJ's net coding. Oh my gosh, he's dragging the track.
Oh. Looks like he got a flat tire, right?
Yeah, it looked like he was bottoming out right there, tearing up that paint
Holy
scheme.
Hannah.
So, Trey, if TJ qualifies in between us, in front of me, behind you, we can.
Oh, that'd be really good. Are we?
We were before, but Mr. Matt Metler had other ideas.
Man, Metler is he's on one.
And isn't one duel like all odd numbers, and then another duel all even numbers, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, the first duel was all the odd numbers, and the second one will be all the even. And then whoever like wasn't able to make qualifying tonight, they'll just kind of file them into the different duels to even them out. So.
Right. Do you have the Jimmy Johnson duel rule here?
I don't believe so.
I don't know if you all remember. I forget what year it was, but I think he crashed with like Jerry Nadeau, I think I want to say, and then he was on the pole, and then he had to start in the back for the Daytona 500 because he had to go to the backup car.
I actually do believe we have that rule in place. If the leader has to use a faster pair, I believe that's how we're going based off of it. Then they will have to start at the rear, I think.
And TJ Hanley qualifies in between us.
Oh, well, it looks like we're in the same duel for now. Or is that all the cars?
I believe that's all the cars.
I want to say...
I believe he is the final qualifier.
Yeah, I think that is everybody.
That's also another beautiful paint scheme. I gotta say it.
Oh, yeah, it's real nice. So, DJ, if you can work on trying to get the top 3... I actually really just want the top 2 qualifiers in here. That'd be cool. No, I know. If you can message Hupka. Well, I'm getting all this sorted out.
Alright.
Well, we all had our ups and downs. My dad qualified in the top 5, so he needs to go buy a lottery ticket.
First I beat you.
Yeah, I'm not good at qualifying at this racetrack.
I'm out of here.
Alrighty. Oh, that was a really good qualifying session.
Yeah, it was, and thank you so much for letting me join tonight.
Yeah, for sure. No problem. Let me see if I can get the actual tower to show. Yeah, no worries, Jackson. So, I'm not sure. It won't show the time.
And good seeing you, Matt.
Yeah, you as well.
I talked to you before. I don't know if you remember.
I remember you.
Yeah, I think you were in my JDRF race.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but you got a good memory.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to thank you for your support. I'm having a second one coming up, so I'll hit you up.
Yeah, keep me posted. You know, I'll always try to support a good cause.
Yeah, we raised $1,685. And then, with this second one coming up, I have 3 local businesses already more than $500.
Hey, that is phenomenal, and keep up the hard work, because it's certainly paying off for you.
Oh, thank you very much. You know what I went through with the second foundation, with the prizes, with the mishaps that went through. I told you about that situation, right? They weren't going to the right person, and it was a big mess. It took almost 4 months, but the first place guy finally got his prize.
Yeah, I remember you sent me you were sending messages back and forth about it, but I know you got it resolved, but that had to be stressful when that was going on.
Oh, hey, it's not about the prize. As long as the charity got their money, that's all that counts. So,
Yeah.
all right, everyone, I'm out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the duels.
Yep. See you then. So it looks like McQuaid's actually not even on Discord anymore. Let me message him and see if we can get him in here. Oh, okay. Well, McQuaid, unfortunately, won't be able to talk to him, but he is your pole sitter. Brock, you actually got second. How did the track feel? Because it looked like a bunch of different guys were trying to do the same thing you did and just couldn't replicate the time.
Yeah, it was definitely way different than practice. I had ran that exact line in practice and ran about 300ths faster, so just changed very differently, and in qualifying it looks like Patrick went out at the perfect time.
Yeah, and it definitely, when I went out there, felt like there was some bumps in 3 and 4. I think kind of messed up my time. I might have been a little too close to the yellow line. Just talk about how hard it is to hold a straight wheel through these turns with it being a little bit bumpy like that.
Yeah, it definitely takes some talent. If you're too low and you hit them bumps, you're going on to the apron and it's killing your time. If you're too high, it's also going to kill your time. So you've got to be perfect and right over those bumps. And just hang on to the wheel as you go over the bumps, and then the straightaways are just about keeping the wheel as steady as you can.
Well, Brock, looks like once again your second, or I should say your front row position is locked in for the big race. You just got to survive the duel and avoid using a faster pair. I believe that's the rule that we're going on. I'm not sure. Don't count me on that. So, but good run tonight. And Christian, you were able to qualify third, barely beating TJ Roberts. Just talk about your experience out there on the track and what you think you could have done differently to get up in that top two.
Yeah, like Brock said, you had to be perfect. You had to run an absolutely perfect line. I was a little high on my first lap, so I tried to bring it down about half a lane on my second lap, and I think I killed my speed a little bit off of turn two. I picked it up out of 3 and 4, but not enough. I was watching my relative or my lap time, and I could see I was going to be just a little bit short. I was hoping to hold on for a second place there and not have to worry about a duel, but Brock got me. So
Can you hear me?
I'll sit with third here and try to win a duel and work with Patrick up front.
Yep, sounds good. McQuaid, I believe, is actually now in here. Can you hear us, Patrick?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Patrick, congrats on your first place, man. Really not super surprised because you've been a good racer, but I know qualifying has been kind of your Achilles heel at these tracks, and you're able to pull it off and get the lead by, it was a little over 200ths of a second, actually. So kind of a big margin in Daytona terms, so to speak. Just speak on your experience on how you ran the lap you did and why everybody else wasn't able to duplicate the same lap you did while they were trying to do the same thing you did. So
Honestly, I'm never really that good at super speedway races, or at qualifying at least. But no, I was impressed by myself. Honestly, now I do know there's a little trick you can run a half a lane down off the walls in the corners, because I heard that side drafts you if you run clear up to the top with these cars. So I don't know if that was a trick that I found. I don't know. Maybe try it next time. But no, yeah, I'm super ecstatic. I'm speechless.
all right, Metler, do you have any questions for the top three qualifiers?
Lightning McQuaid, good to see you, brother.
What's up, dude?
Hey, not too much, man. Picking things up kind of right where you left off. You know, we talked about qualifying. Obviously, you hit one heck of a lap there, brother. But what can you do now getting into the dual race to make sure you come out of the storm and still retain that pole position to start the 500? How do you get through it and stay alive?
So honestly, I don't. So what? I just don't need to wreck, or I'm not too sure on the rules there. Do you guys know?
Actually, I am not 100% on that, so that's definitely something we're going to have to check in with Hupka. Mattler and I were talking about it earlier in the broadcast. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure front row is set. I talked to Hubka about this during qualifying. I think front row is set regardless.
Cool.
Oh, then I'm going balls to a wall, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to at that
Balls
point.
out the window, baby.
Yeah, that's always how McQuaid drives. He drives really well, and he drove really well in that Las Vegas win last year. I can't remember if he ended up getting another one or not, but yeah, you drove. Oh yeah, Pocono as well. I don't know how I forgot that one. All the ones that I didn't win, I should remember. But yeah, McQuaid, you had a really good lap. Metler, do you have any more questions for Roos or Brock?
Absolutely, Brock, you got me.
Yep.
Hey, Brock, so you came up just a little shy off of McQuaid's time there in the 31 ride. I'm going to ask you, too, about the duel. Obviously, we know now that the front row is solidified. You've earned that starting position here today in qualifying. But what can you use in the duel races that can help you in the 500?
Yeah, well, obviously, if we got wrecked and had to use a fast repair in the duel, and I'd have to start in the back, then obviously I'm going to drop to the back for the whole duel. But since we're locked in, it's like Patrick said, balls to the wall. It's helping your teammates get up there so they can start in a good position if they didn't qualify very good. So so whoever is my teammate in my duel, and they better get ready for a ride.
Like I said in the Discord chat, I'm going to be the one hanging on for dear life.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's your second place qualifier here. Going to start in the front row with Patrick McQuaid in the 77. That's the driver of the 31 TRD machine. That is Brock Whitehead. And I think we still got Christian Roos up in the booth as well, don't we?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, it's going pretty good, man. I mean, beautiful to see you picking up right where you left off. I mean, you had that Camaro, flying on the first lap, and it just seemed like that was about as good as you could ask for in qualifying.
Yeah, it really was. I tried to really pick up the speed as much as I could on my outlap there. First lap wasn't the best, I don't think. Fifth, sixth, seventh, something like that. I picked it up there on my second lap, just not quite enough. I was happy running second to Patrick though until Brock bumped me. But you know what? That's racing. I've come in second to the Whiteheads more times than I can count, so I'm not surprised by any means. But no, I'm looking forward to getting the duels underway. Here in a couple weeks. I was talking with a couple other guys here. Daytona is always kind of a crapshoot. So if I have a shot to win the duel, I'm going to go for that. That way I can work with Patrick right off the bat, starting the season out. If I don't have a shot, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably just going to drop back. That way, when it comes to season opener, I'll be able to hopefully start in the back, avoid some of the crap up front, and be there at the end. Super speedway racing has always been something that I think that I do really well at, and then the finishes just aren't there for me. I know Trey was pushing me at Daytona last year. I had a good run at Talladega, both of them. I ended up in the wall in the last couple laps. So I'm hoping for a different result this year. Start off the season with a win would be huge, especially after winning last year, or winning the last race last season, getting the championship. It'd be huge for momentum. But you know what? I'm here with my teammates. I got a really good group of guys with me. Everyone in the league is awesome. I can't speak highly enough of everyone here. So I'm just looking forward to getting the season started.
Bruce, you're reading my mind with my final question. I want to roll back the clocks a little bit. Go back to last season. If there was ever a script for how you could just go supernova and just go out on top and steal, I don't want to say steal that win, but I mean, I remember talking to you after. You were ecstatic. You couldn't believe it happened. It probably took a couple months to sink in. What does all that momentum do for you? Does that boost your confidence a little bit more going into this 500? I know you got a stellar, group of teammates, that are going to be riding out there with you on the racetrack. But can you use that to your advantage, throughout the course of this season?
I definitely think I can. I've raced with you, Matt, for quite a while. A lot of guys in the league I've raced with for seasons and seasons, different leagues and everything. I've never been able to capture that win, though. I think I've got one win in the MDRL. I had a championship there as well, but again, never won any races. Last season at Homestead, capturing the championship was my first win in this league. One of my first wins ever in league racing. I think it was only my second ever win in league racing. So that was huge for me. Coming in second to Trey, to Brock, Patrick, Tate, all those guys. I got to be a better racer being around them, figuring out what they were doing. But man, let me tell you, it sucked coming in second all those times. And it made that win so much sweeter. So I'm going to ride that high as long as I can this season. Daytona, it's super speedway racing. Anything can happen here, but going on as the season continues into some of the more technical tracks, I think I can ride the momentum that I had at the end of last season and work on getting better, work with my teammates, work with the Whiteheads a little bit, see if Tate can jump in and help some practices, but try to do what I can to better myself and continue that high from last season. I wasn't a winner. I wasn't a front runner all season, but I was consistent. And that's what I'm hoping for again this year.
Well said. I couldn't have said that any better myself. Spoken like a true veteran. That's your current series champion, the driver of the 14 ZL1 Camaro. That is Christian Roos. Trey Whitehead, back to you, sir.
Yeah, DJ, if you didn't have any questions for these guys, if you do, go ahead and get them out.
I have a question for Ruth. Is there a heightened sense of pressure to perform this season since you won the championship last year?
You know, yes and no. I guess coming from you guys, I would like to hear what you guys kind of think on that. From a broadcaster and a competitor standpoint with me. For me, I was consistent last year. That's all it was. I definitely had a stretch where finishes weren't coming good for me. It was 15th, 18th, 12th, stuff like that. It just was not good. I know I can get out of those slumps. I know I can kind of break free. I know I can run top 5 or so pretty consistently. I would say pressure wise, I hadn't thought about that really, but I would say there is a little bit more pressure on myself to be as consistent as I was and try to break out of those slumps a little bit quicker than I did. Maybe instead of 5 or 6 races, cap it at 2 or 3 hopefully, and get myself another good finish to break myself out of that. I'm hoping to just remain consistent this season. What are your guys' thoughts? I'll throw it back at you a little bit. Are you going to put more pressure on me going through this season?
I think you certainly expect more, you know what I'm saying? Because the expectations get raised. I mean, you're a champion now,
For
but
sure.
I mean, all you got to do is just be consistent, be there at the end when it matters. And you was there at Homestead.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would say from someone who broadcasted tonight, like trying to look at it from a broader perspective, I could see where the pressure would be put on you. But as a competitor, I think you actually eased the pressure on yourself by proving that you can do it without winning every week. It's so obviously you're going into each week knowing that you don't have to win 5-6 races a year to win a championship. You just show up at the end like you did last year. So I thought that was really cool to see, and we'll see if that works for a couple other guys, because I know me myself, I had some wins but didn't look very good in the final point standings. So I have to try out your methodology on that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Like I said, I can't say enough good words about everyone in this league. Trey, DJ, Brock, shit, Patrick. We've all had kind of our run-ins here and there. But when it comes down to it, we're all clean. We race each other with respect, and I think that goes a long way, especially from a pressure standpoint too. If I know if I'm around you guys or some others in the league, there's going to be some give and take, which helps a lot in certain situations.
Yep, sounds good. And I think that was it for tonight. Patrick, once again, congrats on your first place starting position. And Brock, I had one more thing for you. It's not really a question, but pending what happens with our teammate Robert, who did not qualify, as of right now, it seems like you are the only Whitehead Racing driver in the second duel. So talking about pushing your teammates up to the front, it looks like you're going to be the only one up there. So
then I'll just have to win it.
That's good words. Hopefully you guys have a good run in the duels, and I'll know I need to get my starting position a little bit better from 15th. So, but I appreciate everybody for their qualifying efforts, and I know that this broadcast was kind of scuffed, not really professional to Bryce's standpoint, but it was pretty cool to do it, and I hope it was good for everybody to watch. So, Metler, if you want to go ahead and sign us off.
Sorry about that. I was readjusting my headset. I thought I heard my name there.
Yeah, you're good. I'm going to let you sign us off on this broadcast since you're a little bit less scuffed than I am.
Hey, man, I thought you did a great job putting this together. I know you were working hard on this all afternoon long, and I know Bryce would be proud of the effort and the broadcast that you put forward this evening. So thank you, first and foremost, for everything that you did to make this broadcast happen. Ladies and gentlemen, want to thank everyone for joining us in prime time tonight. Ghost Cup Series qualifying for the big one coming up here. The Daytona 500 live from Daytona Beach International Speedway. And gentlemen, as you walk down the road of life, I want to leave you with one final thought. Do us all a favor. Don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you right here next time live on GRN.